clash?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. We expect Munster to come down fully loaded, so it's a great opportunity for the boys who played last week. Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to it.
And I presume Matthew Moulds going to start at 10, so pretty big test for him.
Yeah, if Matthew does start, it is. He's up against a kid who's done everything in the game, and over the last couple of weeks it shows how much experience gives you. He's won those 2 tight games in Europe, and fair play to him.
Did seem to have that killer instinct at the moment. Only it was 30 faces that went through against Northampton, so going to have to work that out.
I think you can do nothing but admire Munster. It's a team that we I think everybody tries to emulate. They've got a great culture. They've got a great winning spirit. When they don't play well, they seem to still dig out wins, and we have nothing but admiration for them.
Given where both teams are in the league, how does this game compare in stature to other league games you've played so far? You say, is it the biggest so far?
I think it's the biggest in this group of players. Well, certainly, we're in the games previous to this. A lot of those we've played against teams who've missed some of their internationals. Now we're playing against a team who are missing nothing. They come in, as strong as they possibly can be. So the challenge to us is a big one, and we're really looking forward to it.
And this test probably comes at the right time for these players, does it? Because they've done well so far, and sort of the next step up.
Definitely. We're going into Europe after this game, and it is. It's a huge test. It can be known by the fact that this group of boys are going up against a fully loaded team who are one of the best teams in Europe. So it really shows us where we really stand.
A very different challenge than the team you faced earlier in the season, is it?
It's a different challenge because you're out in Thornhill Park.
Yeah.
And that has, as you say, as an aura about it, which we've done pretty well with over the last 3 or 4 years. So it's a different challenge in itself. And every time we play Munster, it's a very, very tight game. I don't see it being any different. But they're going to come down and face a team who have a huge desire to do well, who fight very, very hard for each other. And I think that was typified in the performance out in Connacht.
In terms of where both teams might end up at the end of the season, how important psychologically would it be to beat them?
It'd be huge.
Yeah.
And it's not just beat Munster. The fact is that if you can keep on winning your home games, then you're going to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. We're top of the league for a reason. We're pretty consistent, and we're a tough team to beat. So that speaks for itself, and I'm sure Munster will come down and say the same thing.
And after this game, you've hit the 10-game mark. I think sort of a nice point to reflect on how the season's gone so far. So if you could beat Munster, you'd be at the 10-game mark. How would you assess things so far? I guess you've got to be delighted, haven't you?
We're pretty pleased. We've only lost the one game in the league and in Europe. We're competitive in both those competitions. So if we'd set the standard of where we wanted to be, that would be it. We're at the top fighting. We're joint top of our league in Europe, still with a lot to play for. So in a season that is as disrupted as it is, it's a pretty good effort from us.
You mentioned players Munster will have. Is there a fear that the young players you've got could be intimidated by the names? Is that something you've got to talk to them about? Sort of, not to be overawed by the people I've seen on TV in the past that they might come up against this weekend.
No, I think that's the case at all. I think you've seen these group of boys. They've been outstanding all the way through pre-season, all the way through the majority of these league games. I think it's the other way around. I think they look forward to the challenge. as you can see, you know, in the Connacht game, the games before, in Treviso, all these places where it's tough to go and win, as Leinster showed on the weekend. It's I have nothing but admiration for this group of boys. You know, they're a tight bunch who work extremely hard for each other. And I said, you know, in a very, very difficult conditions out in Connacht, that was typified.
What do you call that down to, John? Is it just the fact that, you know, they're kind of a young group of guys with no kind of previous hang-ups or fears?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to do. They are a young group of boys. I think you also miss the fact that they're a talented group of boys too. You know, not just sloggers. They're, you know, and they've been together since July, and that makes a difference. You know, when you've got a team who's with you for the majority of the season, you build a rapport, you build combinations, and you get a greater understanding of what you're trying to do. So these boys have that, and that's why they performed as well as they have.
We've used a lot of minutes after the World Cup about the Irish lads, people suggesting the likes of O'Connell over the hill. Their performance would suggest otherwise then.
Yeah, I think you know, people are too easy to be writing people off. You know, Paul O'Connell was 30, 31, whatever it is. You know, he's still at the top of his game, and if you just see their performances in Europe against two extremely tough packs in Northampton and Cast, you know, they're still very, very competitive, and yeah, I don't particularly believe any of that nonsense.
Is that where the key battle's going to be up front, getting front football?
I think it's always the case against Munster. You know, they have a pretty strong drive. They have a very close forward orientated game where they sort of pick and go a lot. You know, once they get in your 22, they invariably come away with points. And you can see a lot of teams try to emulate what Munster do. You know, get into positions, take points, not playing quite well, still staying in it and winning it to death. And you know, we lost to a dropped goal or penalty in the last minute last year. You know, the script is always set there. So hopefully it'll be our turn this year.
There's another game going on earlier in the day. Shane's kind of last game for Wales. You have one on that before your own match evening?
Look, we dealt with all this in the World Cup. I think it's our job is to make this place as successful an environment as we can when these boys come back in. You know, our focus will be solely on the Munster game, and it stood us in good stead throughout the World Cup. It's not, you know, we're obviously, you know, delighted that Shane gets to say goodbye. You know, in a great game against a great team, in a full house at Cardiff. So you know, we're obviously delighted for him. But you know, we have a job of work to do here.
How much of a boost is that for you that you'll now be kind of solely available for you guys?
Oh, it'd be great for us. You know, Shane, he's been a great servant to this club. He's been a great servant to Wales, and we're looking forward to getting full use of him.
What's he got left off for you then, do you think? And will the fact that he's not playing for Wales anymore benefit you?
Oh, definitely. He's a leader. He's grown into that. And he has the ability to, as you've all seen, to score tries, and lots of tries or nothing. And sometimes that's what you're missing in very, very big games. And so we're looking forward to having him here and to see the best of him in the Ospreys shirt.
And despite his age, he seems to keep himself in good shape. How long can he go on for the Ospreys? As
a winger, however long he can keep his speed, however long he keeps his desire for, he can go on as long as he wants.